This is my effort to document real life. I don't know if you guys can tell, the wheel on my bike is totally gone. This is not what I planned today. We found where my job interview is Thursday, which is good, and I decided, well, since I'm biking Thursday, I might as well time myself to see how long it would take me to get to my interview. And I had my smartwatch on, and the stupid thing was going off about losing connection to my phone. The Bluetooth is like, oh, the Bluetooth is about to lose connection, and I was just trying to slam the button. Okay, let me know when it starts losing connection again. At this point, I don't really care. And I was crossing a street. There was no traffic, but there was a steep curve. My bike went up over the curb, and I thought I was going to actually go flying over my bike rails. And as you can tell, I don't have a helmet on. And I sat for a minute just to catch my breath, and I just thought, okay. I checked, tire seemed a little bit low, but I thought, that's fine. It's probably from hitting the curb, and just kept going, and got in front of the main office where my interview is at the Herbert and Grace Foundation, and the tire was completely flat, and it's actually not on the bike wheel anymore. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So I called my brother and asked him if he knew my dad was working. And he goes, he didn't know. So he and my mom told my mom what happened. They're on their way to meet me. I am frantically walking to Pizza Sam's to meet them so I can get home. And, okay, now it's bright. Oh my gosh, it's so bright. I'm doing my very best not to cry right now. But seriously, all I want to do is break into tears. Like, just completely break down crying. Because this is my dream bike. This is the bike I have wanted and I saved. This is going to be my new mode of transportation. I really enjoyed riding. I love biking, and now it's gone. The tire needs to be fixed or replaced. I don't even know where in Midland I go to do that. I don't even know when I will be able to do that, because in a perfect world, I could get it done today or tomorrow within the next few days, but my work schedule is such that this week that's not really a possibility. And oh, look at the little squirrel. This was my mode of transportation for Thursday, was my bike. Because my mom will be home, but she probably won't be able to take me if they're still doing inspections. So I called my dad after being off the phone with my brother. And my dad has a bike. He doesn't really use too often. I said, can I borrow your bike this week? So that I can have it for the interviews. Because I don't know when I'm going to get mine fixed, if it even can be fixed. So, of course this would happen to me. So, I'm back home. As you can tell, my bed, I just covered it, didn't make it, so. I don't know what to say about today. I really don't. I mean, I had skipped church today. I was going to go, but I skipped church in favor of my mom driving me down to this address where my interview is because I had no clue where it was. We didn't really know where it was. We found it, got back home, went to the store, picked some stuff up, and then I came back home and I decided I was going to hop on my bike because I will most likely, pretty much 99% sure at this point, I will be biking to the interview. And I decided, well, I'm going to time myself to see how long it takes because I don't want it to take an hour for me to get to the interview and then get home, especially when I have to work at 2. So my plan was to go bike, time it, see how long it took me and to get there. And that way I could know how much time I need to budget Thursday to get to and from this interview, especially with me, like I said, going into work at 2 o'clock. And the interview's at, the interview is at 11. So that was my plan, and I did pretty good. I made really good time. I left at 9:52. I was by that place I was down in that area before 10:20. So I was on that street, and I thought everything was going great. And then my stupid smartwatch started going off. I got a smartwatch. Yes, I talked about this. It's $35. So it's not like the greatest smartwatch. It's not name brand. I don't even think it's I think it's from Germany. And, because when I went to get the app for it, the app was in German. So my smartwatch was going off and it was driving me bonkers. And I had done this before on my bike where I kept my left hand on because I wore my watch on my left wrist, and I would be able just to reach over with my right hand, and I just hit the screen until I hit the yes button to get the chiming to stop and to get it shut up. And I had just come down a hill. I was going near full speed. There was a curb in front of me because I was crossing a street. Luckily, there were no cars. And the next thing I know, my bike, instead of going on the sidewalk, instead hit the curb. With so much force, I bounced, and I thought I was actually going to fly over the handlebars of my bike. That's how fast I had been going, and how hard my bike slammed and then jumped up the curb. I literally bounced and thought I was going to go flying. I didn't, luckily. And I sat there for a few minutes, and I took some deep breaths, and I thought, okay, and I thought everything was fine. I checked my tire, and it seemed really fine. And I'm like, okay, I can keep going. So I kept going, and I got to right by where my interview is going to be on Thursday. And then I started hearing, I had my headphones on, and over my music, I heard like this sound like my tire was flat. So I'm like, oh great, I popped my tire. And I stopped and I looked, and it isn't just I popped the tire. It's almost like my tire isn't even on the frame anymore, on the wheels. So it's like, oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. So I called my brother, asked him what time my dad was working, and then he and my mom decided they were just going to come downtown to get me. And I called my dad, and thankfully my dad has a bike that with his work schedule, he doesn't really get a chance to use that often. And I called in and asked him, hey, do you think you could loan me your bike this week so that I can get to my interview Thursday because mine just broke? And he said yeah, and he's gonna come over today at some point, drop it off. And not just drop it off, I have to see if I can use his bike because it's a men's bike. So we're gonna just check and see if I can even just ride it. And if I can ride it, like barely ride it, I'm still going to use it because I have to get to this interview Thursday. I don't have a choice. This is a job I really want.
And I don't want to risk calling them and saying I need to reschedule and them telling me, oh, we can't reschedule, especially since I don't know what my schedule for next week is going to be. And I would want to schedule it for like next week, and I don't have that schedule yet. So that's where I'm at. My dad's coming over. There's actually a really nice bike place in town, actually downtown, that will repair, that can, I'm going to take my bike to next week. They were open today, but my mom had stuff she wanted to do today, so I said, okay, I can hold off on getting my bike. So hopefully this Saturday, if my dad has the time off, or next Sunday, I will be taking my bike to this place called Ray's Bike Stop. And they do services and repairs, so I'm hoping I can take it to them, and they'll be able to say, okay, it's fixable, we can fix this, and my next paycheck is going to be towards fixing my bike, because I really need this bike. Like, literally, I have no other means of transportation for the majority of Midland. Without my bike, I'm literally almost cut off from, like, anything south of Saginaw Road. It's like, I could walk to these places. Like, if I get the job at Dow Gardens, I could walk there. It's just that it's going to be a long walk. With my bike, it's like a 5-minute bike ride from here to there. Walking, it's probably like 30 minutes. And so yeah, so I don't have a bike, which means I don't have a vehicle. Well, I'll have one. My dad will loan me his. And I'm hoping that if I hear something positive, what he'll do is he'll just let me keep his bike until I can get mine fixed. And that way I'm not without a mode of transportation, especially if this interview goes good and they want to call me back and stuff. Because I don't know how long it's going to take my bike to be fixed. Next Monday is Labor Day, and of course, like I said, I don't know what my schedule is going to be. And it's not going to be like I'm going to have like this wide open window where I can just go and pick up my bike. So I'm going to have to go out, take it to Ray's and see what they say. And I'm hoping my mom is worried that the frame might be bent. If the frame is bent, then I'm screwed. That means I don't have a bike. And I won't be able to get a new bike until next season, because if that's the case, I don't want to go and get a bike now. Well, I probably will go get a bike now, because they're probably going to start putting these bikes on sale. And then I'll just have to get a bike, because if I get this job, I need a mode of transportation. So yeah, that is where I'm at. This has not been good. It's like I got so excited about this interview. I really want to work at Dow Gardens. It just would be so nice. And I'm a combination of sad and tired, because I can't believe I was that stupid to let myself get distracted by my freaking watch. And I broke my bike, and now I actually came home and I cried. I cried so my mom and my brother couldn't hear me, because it was my fault, but I'm just really sad. You know, like I said, this bike represents like freedom to me, because I don't have a car. And being able to have a bike is so nice, because it means I'm able to go to places. Midland is like downtown is only like 2 miles away from where I live, so it's nice to have a bike that I can just hop on and go downtown and just go look at stuff. You know, this Dow Diamond is in that area, so if I wanted to go do an afternoon game, I could legitimately just hop on my bike and go to go to the Diamond and go take in a baseball game and come home. And my bike was literally my freedom. It meant everything to me. I was biking as often as I can. Biking is a huge part of my exercise plan, my weight loss plan, where I bike a mile. I try to bike a mile every day off, and now I don't have that. So now I'm terrified that I'm going to gain back all this weight I lost, because now I have to walk a mile every day. And I really liked biking. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I seriously don't. If my bike, which I've been calling Obi because it's blue, cannot be fixed, I'm going to have to see if I can find a really cheap replacement bike at Walmart and get that. And the thing is I don't really have a lot of money to mess around with, because I've been saving up to get clothes. And Solo comes out next month and all this other stuff, so I really don't know. I really don't know what I'm going to do, so I know what I'm going to do right now to try and cheer myself up and get myself out of my funk. And since my dad isn't coming for just over another hour. I asked us that I treat him to dinner to thank him for loaning me his bike. I'm going to play Sotar, which is right here. See, that's another reason why I'm hoping I don't have to replace the bike. I just need to pay like $40 or $60 to get the tire replaced, because my Sotar subscription's up on the 22nd and I need to get a new one. So, oh my god, we're really tired. I'm going to be so exhausted by the end of this week. So I'm going to get going. I will probably not be videoing myself again until Saturday, because I work 1 to 5 tomorrow, I work 1 to 5 Tuesday, I work 2 to 8 Wednesday, I have my interview Thursday at 11, and then I go in and I work 2 to 8, and then I work 1 to 5. So I will be so happy when Saturday gets here. So I'm going to get going, you guys. Stay safe, stay sane. I am sending you all lots of love, hugs, and prayers, and I will talk to you later. Bye.